Welcome back to the live lounge, everyone, here at PF International. We're here for the Kartmasters British Kart Grand Prix. I'm your host, Chris McCarthy. We just a short while ago had 2018 Honda Cadet winner Thea McCurris in. We're now going to go to another winner from that year, Clayton Ravenscroft, who won in the Junior X30 class. Clayton, thank you very much for taking the time to join us. First of all, tell us what brings you back this year. I know you're back racing again this year.
I did the 2019 season in Kartmasters. I missed out 2020, and I believe I missed out last year as well, just because I had other things going on. I was racing European and stuff like that. But yeah, I really wanted to come back, and I'm really glad that I'm back now for this year, racing Senior Max and taking it to the best again.
And how's it been going so far? All good?
Yeah, really good. We were third overall in quali. And so far out the two heats that we've done, second and seventh, so it's looking pretty promising. The pace is strong, just not showing my cards yet, sort of thing, trying to keep them close. I know usually I'd show it all straight away, but I'm trying to save it for the final this time.
Good stuff. Well, let's talk about 2018 season then. Junior X30 was an incredibly difficult class to race in at that time. It was hugely competitive. Tell us how your season was going at that point. I know it was probably a very busy season for you. Do you remember when we got to Kartmasters, how you'd been getting on?
Yeah, so that season we were obviously competing, I was doing every weekend. So I did the British Championship in Junior X30 and I did the Senior X30 European Championship, which kind of helped me on in the UK with the junior bit. And I was really going well with the junior bit, just off the back of winning the Winter Cup as well in senior in Europe. So yeah, and at that point we were leading the British Championship and we were going on to win that as well. So that was really, the wins were bumping good strides into my season.
You said you won the Winter Cup. That's a one-off race, isn't it, as well? Would you say that was a good dress rehearsal to Kartmasters?
Yeah, exactly.
Albeit a few months before.
But. Yeah, exactly. But it's not quite the same, is it?
No.
You're racing against the world's best when you go there, but then you come here and you're racing against the world's best plus the Racecraft as well. So the Racecraft's just another level when you come back here.
Expand on that a bit for me more then. So the Racecraft here, what's the difference for it here as such?
It's all or nothing. It's just every driver themselves. There's no. I feel like it's not like the respect goes out the window, but you know what I mean. Like it's just
the intensity's another level. Would you say?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. And the battles out there, even for any position, is just brilliant. And it's just always so much fun, and that's why I've always enjoyed it the most. Because for me, the Racecraft side of things is my most favourite thing. Aside from obviously the pace. So.
You said you were leading the British Championship, so form was good, which is definitely a plus coming into Kartmasters. Although sometimes that goes out the window when you get to Kartmasters.
Yeah.
How did it go throughout the first couple of days from memory? Did you have a good first couple of days in terms of the heats?
Yeah, we were strong. We weren't particularly strong because like I say as well with Kartmasters, when you come here, it's not always the best driver in the season that will be there. Anyone can win when you come to Kartmasters.
Right.
You might have a shop driver that can come and win it, sort of thing.
Right.
And at that point, I was all right. I wasn't like the fastest or anything like that, but I was there or thereabouts, top 3, top 5.
Yeah.
In the early heats, and then I was just always there or thereabouts. And then come the final, it was just had to be there or to win it. So. I remember it was, I think, 2 laps to go and they had a little scrap in front of me and I ended up just picking up the pieces. And it was, like I say, it's all or nothing, and you've got to hope for a bit of luck as well.
We'll come back to that in a second. Tell us some of the names that were featuring in that race.
I think Reggie Dewey, who's obviously appearing Senior X30 again this year, he's been strong ever since, or every year he's always strong for these races. Dragon Pinsent was also a challenge that year. Luke Whitehead, Lewis Gilbert, who I still race now in Senior Rotax. Those sort of names. So it was really strong. Also another one, Teddy Pritchard-Williams. He's racing Senior Rotax again this year. And a few times it's a bit of nostalgia this year, being on track with people like Lewis and Teddy. Thinking I was racing them in 2018 in Junior X. So 4 years on, still racing.
Let's go back to that last couple of laps, and so we get to the last couple of laps. You said something happened ahead then, so was it where a bit of, you were running in third, was it? And then there was a bit of a scroll.
I think
tell us what happened.
I think from memory, I couldn't remember who was the person leading, but Reggie, I think it was Reggie, went for a move into the second hairpin. The driver in front was defending, didn't quite defend enough, and Reggie went for an overtake, and then they both drifted wide, and then I just switched back and went, thank you very much, and carried on with my race.
How was the adrenaline when you got that lead?
At that point, when I got the lead, I was like, I knew it was 2 laps to go, and I was like, oh my God, do not mess this up.
Yeah, and I guess the defending on the last lap, like, were you in a position where you had to defend it to the line, or did you manage to get a bit of a gap?
I managed to get a bit of a gap just because from where they drifted so wide, I got through, and then just from me getting through and getting a better run, I had a good gap, and also because they drifted wide, they had dirt on their tyres and stuff like that. So at that point, all I had to do was just keep it composed and nice and smooth and everything, not make a mistake, and then just get it to the line. That was all I was thinking.
And tell us how it felt doing that last lap and coming across the line as well.
Well, it's a mixture of, again, trying to get there and worrying about getting there, but when you get into the last few corners sort of thing, you're thinking, right, come on, I've done this now. You're then taking it all in sort of thing, and it's the same as you cross the line and you celebrate and you're shouting through your helmet. No one can hear you, but it is a brilliant feeling, and then you take it all in when you're on the in-lap. Like with it being such a big event, with all the spectators, on your in-lap you're taking it all in, driving offline and everything. You see everyone on the bank and everyone on the grandstand and stuff like that, and it's just a really great moment. And
before we move on to question of the day quickly, I know it must have been a special moment for your dad as well, because I know he's always really helped you out, hasn't he, in terms of the racing as well?
Yeah, he's always really emotional no matter what. He's really proud always, so I'm really glad that I've been able to bring him through as well. As a pair, we've done really well over the years, so I'm really happy that he's still here with me as well.
Well, congratulations on that. Right, question of the day time before we wrap up. So, our question of the day to all drivers: if you could go back in time and race at any Kartmasters in any class, which would it be and why?
To be honest, it might be quite a boring answer, but I would go back to my cadet days. So I'd go back to, if I could take my ability and go back to cadet and go back to, I think, 2015 or 2014 when there was the likes of Quinn, York, Jewis, that lot, and take it to them, because I wasn't particularly great in cadet, but I thrived more in the bigger classes. So if I could take that ability and that sort of respect going back into cadet and take it to them, then I think that would be a really good moment.
Yeah, we're talking Kean Jewis, Porsche, Alex Quinn, who's racing in America in single seaters this year, Oliver York as well.
So. It's just a bit of nostalgia as well, sort of thing. It's a bit of a boring answer, but like I say, it's taking it back in the day sort of thing.
I like that answer. We're getting a mixture of answers so far, so make sure you check the other live lounges out to see what the other answers are. But Clayton, best of luck this weekend. Thank you very much for joining us here in the live lounge. This has been our interview with Clayton Ravenscroft.